So excited to see you all.
And I'm Christine. It's nice to meet you.
And again, I'm Rachel, and we are your Into Suffolk student experience team, or at least part of it. There's a couple of other people here, but we're going to be your go-to people, and we're going to be helping you along your Into Suffolk journey with us, which is starting today and going until you graduate, which is awesome. Woo! Now.
All right, that's okay. We will start our webinar for you, and if you have any questions along the way, please feel free to ask.
So welcome to our pre-arrival webinar series, and this one is our first webinar, and it is called Starting Your Into Suffolk Journey. Because education is a journey, you have multiple stops along the way. There are multiple goals you're going to have. And we are so happy to be one of your first steps along this journey. So, Christine, I know all the students are asking, what are some super important dates that they need to remember?
Sure. So as you can see on our screen, all fees must be paid by August 1st. Our campus move-in day is August 28th. Hopefully you have your airplane tickets or will shortly. Orientation then will be August 29th to September 2nd. And you will receive your academic schedule during orientation on September 2nd. Don't worry, we will work with you very closely to get your schedule, and you will have that before classes start.
So again, August 1st, August 28th, August 29th through September 2nd, and you get your schedules on September 2nd. Don't worry about your schedules. We will do it all for you. You are Into Suffolk students, and we are here to help you, okay? So is there a checklist of things that students need to do before they arrive, Christine?
Absolutely. So you do want to complete the airport transfer request form so that we know when to pick you up at the airport. You want to make sure all fees are paid, and you want to upload your immunization documents. Once you receive your email and credentials, you can do that. Don't worry about that until after July 15th. You want to explore off-campus housing if you are not staying in our residence halls. And you want to come to all of our wonderful Suffolk webinars, which will teach you about each step on your journey.
Thanks, Christine. So wait, I have a question. So what are these airport transfer requests? Because I've gotten a couple of emails about them from Suffolk or from Into Suffolk, and I'm curious, like, what's an airport transfer request?
Sure. So you want to make sure that somebody is able to greet you at the airport and to show you the direction to come and to help you with that journey to get here to campus. So it is a free airport pickup service from the Boston Logan Airport. And we will bring you to wherever you live within 10 miles of Boston. And so if you're living in the residence halls, that's easy. But even if you're living in an off-campus apartment, we're happy to take you there. If you're living with family members within the greater Boston area, we can take you to their home as well. Now, you have to be careful, though, that you we can't guarantee a reservation if you make it less than 72 hours in advance, because we need the time to be able to schedule your pickup.
And we also really request that you try to make your arrival times into Logan between 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. Of course, some of you have already reserved your tickets. You're all set. We know airfares are crazy right now. So if you've already purchased your flight tickets, please just put it into Arrival's website, fill out your airport transfer request, so that we can arrange to make sure that we're at Logan when you arrive. And we'll meet you there. It's going to be great. We wear bright red shirts with a little sign, has your name on it. Super fun time. So now we're going to talk a little bit about something a little bit more scary. How to contact people about financial information or admissions requirements before you arrive. And I'm going to make the picture a little bit smaller because this is kind of super important information. I want you all to be able to see it. So, number one.
Yes, so payments made after August 1st will cause an additional late fee, just so you're aware of that.
And if you have any questions about finance or about your payments, you can talk to John Holbrooks. He's our Center Finance Assistant. His email's right here. It's also on our website, so you can just kind of click the link and it will go directly to his email. And he's very, very nice, very good guy. And he is there to answer all of your financial questions before you arrive and once you arrive into.
All right, so we also need all your official documents and transcripts, but you have some time. Those must be submitted by October 1st, but the earlier you get them in, the easier it is for us just to make sure everything is set for you to graduate.
Yep. And if you have any questions about documents or transcripts, please email us at intoenrollment@suffolk.edu. Again, this email is also located on our student experience website, which we'll all get a link to later today. And so you don't have to worry about necessarily copying these down. You'll be able to go to the website, click the link, and it will pop up an email for you. Does anyone have any questions about this page or this information? Is everyone feeling kind of okay?
We're just checking.
We're checking the list.
For hands.
Everyone's good. Okay, cool. I'm glad you guys are feeling good about this one. All right. So now the biggest scary question, because I know we keep telling you that you need your student email to be able to submit anything. So how do students access their Suffolk email and Suffolk University platforms to access all of these cool things? It's really, really strange. So after July 15th, all Into Suffolk students will be receiving 2 emails from Suffolk Tech Support Services, okay? One email subject line will say Suffolk University account, okay? And it will kind of say, welcome to your Suffolk University username. And this is the first email that's on the screen that you'll get. It will say what your username is, and it will give you a couple of links to help you log in, okay? And it tells you what your student email address is, which is usually your first letter of your first name and then your last name at suffolk.edu. But for some people, it's a little different. I don't know why. The second email that you're gonna get is gonna say, welcome to your Suffolk University. And that second email will have your password. So you're gonna get 2 different emails to your personal email account that you've given to us. Once you receive both emails, you can log into your My Suffolk portal and you can start to look at the different platforms that we have, okay? You will not receive these credentials until July 15th. And I know some of you are like, no, I want it now. I would love to give it to you now, but it is not something that we are in control of. So I don't want you all to freak out. You're gonna be okay. Don't worry, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna get your emails and then you're just gonna be like, woohoo, and able to do all of the fun things that we're talking about today. Yeah. Okay, so with your Suffolk University email, you can now upload your immunization records. But then it's like, what should you do with them? Like, you know you have to upload them, but you don't really know what to do, how to do it. So.
All right, so we actually have a portal. It's a health portal in our website, and we want you to upload your immunizations through the portal. Your records must be in English, but they can be translated. And once you receive your student email on July 15th, you will then have access to the portal. And we have the link here, which we can also share with you. Or we will share it with you in our website and in this PowerPoint. At this point, I guess putting it in the chat is too early because you won't have access to the portal. But you will have access once you get your credentials. And then you just follow the directions of how to download it. It will take you, step by step through the directions.
So if you're kind of concerned about being able to upload it, our website here gives you step-by-step instructions on how to do it with screenshots of what it's going to look like for you, so you know where to click. It's not that hard. It's pretty simple. Once you have your Suffolk email, you can go in and go to it. It should take you a few minutes. Does anyone have any other questions about this? And yes, after July 15th, you will have your email and you'll be able to do all of this stuff.
Well, one question somebody might have is, what immunizations does the college require?
Oh my gosh.
And the answer is the portal, the health portal will tell you. It has a whole list of the immunizations that they require. And you can go through, look at those, make sure you have them. If you don't, make an appointment with your doctor to get those immunizations.
Now, are students required to have their COVID vaccine before they come in? Is that one of those required immunizations?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do require updated vaccinations, which means the boosters as well. But don't worry, if you don't have good access in your city for whatever reason, once you get here, we can help you get those boosters. But if you do have good access to the vaccinations and the boosters, please get those in advance. It just makes everything a lot easier.
Yeah. So again, you want to get your vaccine, your COVID vaccines, probably before you arrive, at least the first one or the first two, and then you can get the supplemental ones once you've arrived in the US, and we'll help you do that. Your vaccination card must be in English. So if you already have it in your native language, please have it translated into English from your doctor's office before you arrive, just so that when you upload it into the portal, our healthcare providers are able to see it and confirm that you have been vaccinated. Now, the next biggest question that I'm always asked is about off-campus housing. So students are always asking, like, what should I expect if I'm living on campus, and what should I expect if I'm living off campus? Because there's two separate, like, almost lifestyles living in the US. So what should I expect if I'm living on campus?
Luckily, all of our residence halls are within walking distance of all of our buildings. So you'll be living somewhere very close to your classes, close to the dining center, into Suffolk.
And this picture is actually of one of the dorms, and you can kind of see, and this building over here is one of the classroom buildings. You can see it right from your bedroom, which is super exciting. And I know that's what you want to see from your bedroom window. There are also several residence assistants in every dorm. So a residence assistant is a person who lives, a staff member who's also a student, who lives in the dormitories with you. They are trained, they're really nice, they help you build your dormitory community, they do programming and events with students, and they're also there to answer any of your questions while you're living on campus.
They want to make sure people are bonding with each other, making friends, doing extracurricular activities, and having social events. So it's a nice community where everyone feels welcome.
Now, in the bedrooms of your dormitory, you will get twin XL or extra long beds. There will be mattresses, desks, chairs, wardrobes, and a dresser. Into Suffolk also provides you something called a bed pack. So you'll have sheets, blankets, and pillows, and a couple of snacks to get you comfortable when you first arrive.
Right. We realize you're coming a long way. You don't have room in your luggage to pack blankets and sheets and pillowcases and these things. So we will have all that ready for you when you arrive.
Also, if you're worried about entertainment, there is, you can get a television and internet services in your dorm rooms. There will not be a television like the box, but you can always plug in your computer. You'll be able to do Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, all of those fun streaming services, because the internet services in the dorms is very, very fast. And you'll be able to do it either by wire or Wi-Fi. So you'll be all set. Make sure you're not going to lose contact with anyone, and you'll be able to use your computers with our high-speed internet.
Yes, and if you are in our residence halls, we have many dining centers, and you will have a card, a dining card that you will swipe in when you go into the cafeteria, and a lot of food choices. Now, this is, cafeteria living. You won't have every food you're used to eating in your life, right? This is American food for the most part. We try to have some food that are from other countries as well, but it might not taste exactly like you're used to because it is,
Americanized.
Yeah, we call it Americanized. But we do our best to have a large variety of food for you, but within the Boston area, we have so many restaurants and other places here to find your country's food and hopefully find something to your satisfaction. But I'm sure you will enjoy the dining options here in our dormitories, and we do have a variety.
And there's more than one dining option. There are at least 4 giant dining halls on campus. And then there's a couple of different little cafes in some of the academic buildings as well. So you'll never be without coffee. You'll never be without food. You'll get at least 3 square meals a day, plus as many snacks as you would like. So don't worry, you are going to be able to eat as much or as little as you would like while you're with us. I promise.
We have a question or something.
A question. Yes, off-campus students can pay to use a dining plan. If you want to send us a specific email asking us about that, we can send you the information on it, and we'll make sure that you have access to that. But that was a great question. Thank you. Yeah, off-campus students can have their own meal plan. It's a little bit different in price, but
it's actually a great idea to have it for lunches. Mm-hmm. So you're going to maybe make your breakfast before you leave and you'll have your dinner at night, but then it's so easy then just to go to the dining hall for lunch. So That's a great idea.
And you'll be able to have lunch with your classmates on campus, and you don't have to worry about some of the prices in some of the restaurants, which is really nice. I might do that for the fall.
I think it's a great idea.
Okay. And here we go. Residence Life will be matching you with your roommate to provide you with a better academic experience. Now, some students have made requests of they have a friend that they know is also coming to Suffolk and they want to live with their friends, and we're like, okay, sure. And we put that request into Residence Life for you. Now, if you don't have a request, that's totally okay, but Residence Life will be matching you with a roommate that they think you'll get along with and that you'll have a good connection with.
And this person will speak not your native language so that you can practice your English and your skills can be sharpened in that way.
And you get to be a more global citizen, which is really important, especially when you're living in a dormitory with so many other people. Some of the questions that students have been asking us has been how to find off-campus housing. And you are super lucky because Suffolk University actually has an off-campus housing portal where all of the apartments and apartment complexes that are located on the Suffolk off-campus housing portal have been verified by the university. They are good places to live, they're clean, they're safe, they're like really nice places to live in Boston. Now, to access the off-campus housing portal, you will need your Suffolk email and password to be able to contact the owners of these properties. There's a phone number, but sometimes they only want you to do it through email, which is a thing. I don't understand. Americans are strange. That's what we do. Now, you are able to browse the website and kind of look and see which ones you prefer. And so when you get your Suffolk University credentials, your email and password, you can sign up for an account. You go to our website. It tells you exactly how to do it, all of the steps with more detail on how to do that. And then you go in and you can contact those specific apartment complexes that you know that that's where you want to live. So you are able to go in as a guest and kind of check it out.
Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to do that.
But they won't let you send a contact information until you have your Suffolk email and password. I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's very, very common. And I think it'll be better for you to kind of look. And if you see an apartment complex in the portal that you really like, you can always send us an email and say, hi, I'm coming in August and I'm looking at this apartment. Do you know any other Into students who are living here or live nearby? What do you know about this neighborhood? We are your resource for this information. So I really want you to feel comfortable asking us and talking to us about this. So again, you can go to our student experience website. This is the link down here, sitesuffolk.edu/into-suffolk-housing. Now we have to talk about all the stuff you have to bring with you. So Christine, what are some important things they should be bringing with them when they get here?
Yeah, well, you should know Boston's, well, I was going to jump to Boston's kind of cold. Bring some winter clothes. But let's talk about other important documents to bring. So you do want to have your original I-20, obviously your passport and your F1 visa. You want a receipt for your CVIS I-901, evidence of funding for your tuition fees and living costs, including a sponsor letter if that's what you have. All of your health forms, immunization documents. If you have any prescriptions, make sure you get those in English so that doctors around here can help you if you need more. You should bring at least 60 days worth of your medication, and you should bring any health insurance documents you might have. Now, you will have health insurance here if you don't have it already, but if you have any documents about that, bring them with you. Your official transcripts from your school that you recently graduated from, and your test scores, if you took any of those. Absolutely bring a laptop with you. It's just a better academic experience to have a laptop, and obviously your cell phone and any charging cables that go with those. And maybe a little something from home. Why don't you explain that, Rachel?
When you are coming to a new country, you always want to bring something that reminds you of home, something that will make you comfortable in your new surroundings. So when we say something from home, we don't mean you have to bring, like, I don't know, a photo album of your entire family history. No, but bring some photographs. Bring photos of your friends, your family, things that will remind you of home and make you more comfortable in your room. We also do a lot of cultural events and cultural sharing activities into Suffolk and through Suffolk University. We have an entire International Students Week where everyone's sharing different aspects of their culture. So we'd like you to bring something from home, but something that you are comfortable sharing. So some students will bring their traditional costumes and then share it with everyone and teach everyone about the different names of the different types of clothing that they're wearing. Sometimes we do food where everyone kind of brings their traditional food in. My family will make pastries. Some students make different types of chicken and rice dishes. Whatever you'd like, but bring something that's going to remind you of home. Okay?
And just so you know, sometimes, especially for undergraduate classes, the teacher will have like an assignment where you bring an object from your culture.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So that's why bring something from home actually can help a lot.
I mean, I've had students for my class who have brought in different types of chopsticks.
Oh, yeah.
Because in some cultures, they'll use wooden chopsticks, and in other cultures, they prefer metal. And it's very interesting to learn about the different types of, because in the US, we don't really think about it. It's just like you go to a restaurant, they have chopsticks. But like actually learning about the different types and like which cultures are using them is really fun. So something to think about. It can be as simple as a pair of chopsticks. Okay. And yes, you will be able to get chopsticks here. Don't worry. Oh my God, you'll be able to get chopsticks. I promise. I do want to add one more thing to the charging cables for your laptop and cell phone. Make sure you bring an adapter so that you'll be able to use the US plugs. Okay? So if you arrive in the US and your plug doesn't work with our outlets, let us know and we'll help you get an adapter for them. But try to make sure you get the adapter before you leave home. Okay? And if you're not sure which adapter you need, send us a message. We're happy to help you.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Does anyone have any questions?
Does anybody have any questions?
No? Maybe? Not yet?
Yeah, I think it's all clear.
Okay. So what do I need to know for orientation? Because I know that's like a big thing, right? Orientation. Orientation sounds very scary, and I promise you it's really, really not. So Orientation is required. All students must attend all orientation sessions. We provide 3 meals during orientation. So we're going to have breakfast for you, we're going to have lunch for you, and we're going to have dinner. So you're not just going to be sitting here doing nothing all day. It's a whole day of fun. It really is going to be fun.
No,
That's
it's
right.
great. It is. It's so important to go to orientation because you really you kind of get your identity as an into Suffolk student, and you learn so much. It just kind of helps you get acclimated to adjust to our culture here and just academics, everything you need to know. So you'll learn a lot, and it will be fun.
And you get to learn where everything is. Because once you get into a new country, you're like, oh my God, it's like, so, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. And then you're like, I have no idea where anything is. So coming to orientation does alleviate that. We are going to make sure you know where everything is, you know where to go if you have questions. All of those things will be addressed during orientation. Now, for on-campus housing students, the move-in date is August 28th. There will be emails in your Suffolk University email for you from Residence Life before you arrive. So July 15th, for those of you living on campus, you get all the information for living on campus and your on-campus move-in date. The Into Suffolk orientation is from August 29th, and it's in our building at 73 Tremont Street in Boston. It's on the 4th floor. Don't worry. The person at the front desk will know that you're coming. You just have to let them know your name and they will bring you in. We're going to have staff in bright red t-shirts that say Into Suffolk on them, and they will help you to make sure you get to the right place. Oh, we have a question. What? Yes, this also applies to graduate students. Yes, Camilla, yeah. So graduate students and undergraduate students must attend orientation.
And even if you're familiar with the American culture, if you're familiar with the American academic culture, the Western education model, orientation is still important just to get ready to be a Suffolk student. So yes, it's important for both undergraduates and graduate students.
Yeah, and we do, graduate students are having orientation separate from the undergrads. So you will be having specific presentations for graduate students that you really don't want to miss. So what are we going to do at orientation? So you're going to receive your class schedule during orientation, and you get to meet with your academic advisor who will already have registered you for your classes. So you don't have to worry about registering for classes. It's already been done for you, and then you'll get your orientation schedule during orientation.
Another very important thing is orientation is going to help you become accustomed to the technology we use here, such as Blackboard, Navigate, WebAdvisor. So you might already be familiar with, say, Blackboard, but every university's Blackboard is a little bit different, and it's important to become very acclimated to it, very adjusted to it. So when your classes start, you know exactly how to use the technology that your teachers will already think you know how to use. So we want to make sure that you go right into the classroom knowing how to use the technology.
So in addition to learning how technology is going to work, you will also be learning about Suffolk University's academic and community standards, which is talking about what your professors are going to expect from you as a student, and also what the university is going to expect from you as part of our community. You'll also learn about health and wellness support, so where to go if you're not feeling well, or if you need other types of counseling or support that's not necessarily with health, but could be with your classes or anything else having to do with your wellness. We'll also talk about safety and security, not only on campus, but in Boston, to make sure that you are having the most safe and positive experience that you can while you're with us. All right, so I know you guys are kind of maybe a little overwhelmed. Does anyone have any questions about anything that we've talked about so far that they'd like to put into the chat? You can also send us a direct message if you don't want people to see your questions. Is everyone okay? Right. So if you would like to know more information about coming into Suffolk, we are having webinars every week until you arrive for orientation, which is super fun and exciting. And I'm really excited to get to know everyone so much more. So today was our starting your into Suffolk journey, which is over here. And grab this that way. So this is the first one. And right now, when you join, you have to click Zoom in here. After today, Zoom in here will become a link that will bring you to our video. So you'll be able to watch this video again in the future, and you'll be able to get the PowerPoint. All of that information will be right there. So when you go to our website, you click on the webinars, and it's right there. It's the same link. Instead of just Zoom in here, it's going to say watch recording. That's all. If you'd like to join us next week, please feel free. We would love to have you. Next week, we're going to be talking about living off campus with support in a little bit more detail. So we'd like you to join us. The time is a little bit different. It will be at the PM time. So opposite 12 hours from now. So when you get your email asking you to join us, it will have the time conversion for you. So don't worry about time conversion. It will be there in the email. So every Thursday for the next couple of weeks, either in the morning or the afternoon, or morning or evening, we will be having our webinar series. So we're talking about arriving in Boston, where there will be a finances tutorial. John Holbrooks will be coming and talking to you about how to make your payments and any financial questions that you might have. We'll also be having something called Understanding U.S. Healthcare, where we kind of go more into the U.S. healthcare system and Suffolk University immunization requirements, and how to, by this time you'll have access to your portal and you'll be able to upload. So if you have any questions there. On August 11th, we're doing academic strategies for academic success. Your academic advisor will be meeting with us, so she'll be there to answer any questions that you have. We'll talk about support that we have for students for academics, and also kind of talk about what your teachers are going to expect from you for classes. One of our last topical webinars is called Getting Involved at Suffolk University. This is more about getting involved in Suffolk's groups and student organizations. And we're going to have a couple of our Peer Leadership Council members coming to the Zoom, so that these are students, these are graduate and undergraduate students who will be there to answer your questions about stuff to do on campus, because you're not just here to learn academically, you're also here to learn and grow as a person as well. So to do that and to become the best person you can be, we really recommend you getting involved with things not only within Into Suffolk, but also within Suffolk University. Our last webinar is on August 25th, and it's called Into Suffolk Q&A. So this is a question and answer session for drop-ins. All students are welcome to come to all of our webinars. It doesn't matter if you're technically living on or off campus. Come. You might have a question that you didn't know you had, and then you come and you feel way more comfortable about all the information you're getting. Even if you have a question that's not necessarily about the topic for that week, you can come and ask us. Sometimes it's more comfortable talking to someone that you've seen a few times than sending off an email. So I know you're all curious about how to contact us. There's quite a few ways. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at into@suffolk.edu. It's right here. We also have our student experience website, which is sites.suffolk.edu/into-suffolk. You can go here and it will give you all of this crazy, awesome information that is super important. Now, for those of you who prefer to do social media, I know everyone does social media. We have 2 different Instagram accounts for Into Suffolk. We have our Into Suffolk, and then we have Into Suffolk Students. Into Suffolk Students is kind of what we're doing during the week. It will let you know what events are coming up. So if you're curious to know what engagement things are going on, what kind of events we have, you can go there, check us out. Feel free to follow us. I hope you're already following Into Suffolk on Instagram. It is so exciting, and I really hope that you're coming and you're gonna have tons of questions for us.
If a student is in flight and for some reason their connecting flight or something gets moved and they've already filled out the form, do we track their flight so we know they don't have to worry about that?
No, and I personally am the one that's tracking their flights to make sure that when they arrive that they get, like, we had a few students who came in the summer, their flights were delayed for like an hour to 2 hours. We still met them at the airport. We still got them their airport transfer. We are tracking you as you arrive. That's generally, that's our main reason for wanting you to fill out the airport transfer request so that we can do that. So if anything happens or you're running, like you said, your flight got canceled. Oh my God, what do I do? That lets us know that we have to adjust our own schedule for the airport transfers. So it's really just to make your life a little bit easier. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about anything. We're tracking, we're following you, and we'll be there when you get there. Just make sure, if you can, that your flight, when you're making your reservation for all of the control you have with it, if your flight can land between, I think it's 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. It's easier for us to be able to meet you there. But we know things happen, but we can't guarantee someone will be there, say if your flight comes in at 2 o'clock in the morning. But we can help you. We will have a phone number for you for emergencies that you can always reach out and call if there's any emergencies. And
we use WhatsApp and WeChat, and we're getting a line and a Telegram account. So no worries, you'll be able to contact us if you have any other situations when you're traveling. So don't worry about that. We will make sure you are taken care of.